Hey friends! Today I wanted to try out the new BYREDO Remembrance Eyeshadow Palette. And I want to thank you for joining me today and seeing what kind of look I will create. And if you like this look, please like and subscribe so that I can make more content related to this or more looks with this palette. Anyway, first I need to get started with my base and then I will do my eyes. I'm not gonna do anything too intense with my base. I'm just gonna go ahead and prime it a little bit. But anyhow, I need to move my hair out of the way. Today I'm gonna go to Costco, and I love going to that store. I think it's so much fun, right? They always bring in new merchandise, especially now that it's closer to summertime. And I always wonder, once I go to that store, to Costco, like, what am I gonna find? And it's a dangerous store. You can't really walk out of Costco for less than $100 unless you just go get the chicken and some milk. But if you start looking around, you start to find things that you're like, oh, I've been needing to buy this, and oh, this is on sale, or wow, this is such a good deal. And so by the time you go and check out, it seems like your basket is just like full of stuff. So whenever I go to Costco, I'm just like, okay, I need to stay on task. I bring a shopping list with me. And it doesn't always go that way. But lately, though, I feel like I've been good. Like, I've been not wasting too much money. Anyway, maybe because I just spend it other places. I'm going to use the Beauty, their new blurring ceramide foundation. And last time I tried this, I used a beauty blender. And so this time I'm going to go ahead and use like a foundation brush, and I just wanted to see like the difference. And so I need to get a small mirror so I can see what I'm doing. All right, I'm gonna use my fingers to apply this because last time when I did this, I put it on the beauty blender and I used way too much product. And I used the Bobbi Brown face base because I found that last time I used that, it was a really good combination. So anyway, also a lot of people like to go to Costco for samples, but I'm a kind of a picky eater, and so I sometimes will get samples. I know my kids love getting samples at Costco. But the whole thing with Costco samples is sometimes people just stand there waiting for samples and they block the whole aisle. And that is one of my biggest peeves with these samples, is they put them in these like crowded little spaces where carts can't, like both carts cannot fit if there are samples around there. And so then it's like you have to say, excuse me, or I don't know. So anyhow, I usually go to Costco in the morning, and there are no samples in the morning. But if I go to Costco in the afternoon or evening, then I have to expect all the samples. And I mean, some of the samples are delicious. I love like any of the meat or cheese samples. I know my kids like all the potato chips and all the snacky kind of stuff and chocolates. Especially whenever they bring in those sweet popcorn thingies. I forgot what the brand is. But OMG, like people crowd around that so much. All right, so I think I'm done with my foundation. I just wanted to do a light layer. I love that this foundation is more like a tinted moisturizer. But I did get a breakout over here, like just a tiny little pimple. And I'm not sure if it was from the foundation or just because I ate something, because I'm really sensitive to like sugar and chocolates. If I eat those, they will give me a pimple or two the next day. And so I don't know if I drank something sweet or ate something sweet, or it was the foundation. And so today I don't plan on eating or drinking anything sweet because I wanted to see if it's the foundation or it was my choices that I ate or drank. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my foundation real quick off camera, and then I will be back to apply the bronzer and hopefully start with the eyes. Okay, so I finished applying my foundation. I'm gonna go ahead and get the Mob Beauty. This is their bronzer, their cream bronzer, and this is M77. But anyhow, I'm just playing with these products, really. This is like my third time maybe using it. And I just kind of want to see how it applies. So I'm just going to use like this kind of brush. I really like how this bronzer wore the last time I wore it. And it looks really dark on the package, but it shears out to hardly anything. Okay. So, anyway. What are the things that you guys like to buy at Costco? Like, everybody has staples that Costco carries. And so, like, what are your staples? Because my staples are water, bottled water. I always buy bottled water from Costco. And sometimes they don't have it. And then I am at a loss because they have one of the best prices for their bottled water and I don't want to spend more. And so then I'll just wait another week before I go and get it again. And then, let's see. I always buy paper towels there. I like the Kirkland paper towels and the toilet paper. I think their toilet paper is actually really nice. And then let's see. Let's see. I like to buy like the lunch meats over there. I feel like you get a really good price. Okay, so as you can see, it is definitely like shears out so much. And like blends out to nothing almost. Let's see, what else do I like to buy at Costco? I like to buy chips over there. I like to buy granola bars, shampoo. I think sometimes they carry really nice brands of shampoo, kitchen towels. Also around Christmas time, if you want to get gifts for people like chocolates and stuff, like they have such a good assortment, and they have sales. So I remember last year I bought the Mercier chocolates, and it's like a huge box. I mean, like bigger than that. And it was such a good price. And so that's kind of like why sometimes when you step into Costco, I feel like you spend a lot of money because the prices are good. You might not necessarily need the product, but it's on sale and you kind of been thinking about buying something like that, so you end up buying it. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the Natasha Denona Glam palette. I'm gonna use the highlighter and the blush from this palette today. So anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and just apply this real quick. I do like the highlighter from this palette. I think the highlighter is pretty nice. It's intense, but I think it still like looks natural. The one thing from the Glam palette that I had to figure out how to use is I gotta get this side as highlighted as the other one. I feel like I didn't get it as even. I love the size of the mirror in this palette. I think that's one of my favorite things about it. And I love the eyeshadows. The eyeshadows are definitely warm toned. And so when it was wintertime, I couldn't wear them. Excuse me. All right. So anyhow, what I was saying is about the Glam palette is this eyeshadow. Not eyeshadow, sorry. The blush. It's not powder and it's not cream. It's a hybrid. And so I kind of had to find like an actual like cream blush brush because the finger wasn't working. Other brushes that I had weren't working. And so even with this brush, it actually finally starts to pick it up. But I love the tone of this. So I'm going to go ahead and just use the mirror. But it gives it like a really like sun-kissed look. I'm just gonna wrap it around a little bit. So as you can see, like in person, it's a lot more detectable, but on camera, it's a lot lighter. But because I'm using cream products, I thought this blush would be really good. Okay, so now I'm gonna use my brush that I used for bronzer. I'm just gonna kind of buff out the edges. Okay. So when I do my makeup looks, I like just like almost like a Parisian kind of makeup look. I don't like a lot of makeup on my face, and so I want it to look natural, so the kind of like makeup no makeup look. And so usually whatever products I pick is going to give me that effect. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and set my makeup just a tad. I love using this powder. I think it's really like it gives your pores, you know, like a filtered look. It like helps pores to go away. And I only apply it to my T-zone. I don't find that I need it anywhere else. Okay. I used to use the powder puff, but the powder puff is kind of huge and not as easy to use, and so I kind of started just to use a brush. Alrighty, I think for my base, I'm done. I do need to apply the Hourglass Ambient lighting palette. All right. Now finally, so I finally get to the star of the show, and I'm going to be using this BYREDO Remembrance palette. And the front cover, this picture, it's kind of like a puffy sticker. I thought it was going to be a flat like image, but it feels like a puffy sticker. But anyway, yesterday I swatched these, and what a beautiful texture. I use Natasha Denona, I use Tom Ford, I use Pat McGrath eyeshadows a lot. And so I'm really curious as what is the quality like, right? Are these like as good or better? I've heard from other people that BYREDO, this palette, is really good for people who have mature eyes or they have like fine lines and they don't want eyeshadow to like sit in their creases. And so so here's the eyeshadow palette. And so I'm really excited just to see if I keep losing my voice, and I don't know why. Maybe I should probably have some tea with me while I do this. But anyway, I'm excited to actually finally dive into this palette. I'm not gonna create anything too deep. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna lose my track of thought. But right now my skin itches, and sometimes I find when I use like a foundation and then a powder, it's like my skin is like, no, I want to breathe, and so it starts to itch. And sometimes you see like YouTubers do that, and it's interesting because I really like, yeah, your skin just kind of randomly starts to itch. So excuse me if I'm just like randomly scratching my nose. But anyhow, back to the eyeshadow. So I'm going to create a very, just like a soft look, right? I'm just going to Costco. I'm not trying to go on a date. I'm not doing anything but just having a little fun today, and so I'm excited. When I was watching this palette, this color right here is like a beautiful taupey color, but it's definitely a cool toned. I'm gonna probably go get some tea right now. I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back. I got a little bit of tea in case my voice decides to go away from me again. Let's go ahead and actually dig into this palette. And how I was saying is this tone right here, this color, I cannot wait to use in the winter time. But in the summertime, whenever I have like a tan on my face, I prefer to use more warm colors. And so I'm gonna go ahead and use this color right here. So really, I'm gonna stick to these 4 shades right here. And I'm gonna start out with this guy right here. Ooh, very, very soft. Let's see. Lovely. I'm gonna apply just a bit more. This is like a good transition shade, or just like an all over the lid. It is the same color as my skin. So you can't even detect it. So it creates a really good base. I didn't use like an eyeshadow primer. I wanted to see how these eyeshadows perform on their own. So far, this is invisible. The eyeshadow is so finely milled. It looks like I have nothing on my eyes right now. That's incredible. All right. Let's take a more of a deeper. And I'm going to use my What's Up Beauty brush. Has a little bit more definition. Okay. You can't even detect it. I'm going to definitely have to play with this palette. So you can see it's like a bit of a pinky tone, the color I'm using. I'll go back with my other brush and just kind of blend it all together. All right, I can see why this would be a great eyeshadow for mature eyes. It is so soft. It is not like Tom Ford. It's not like Natasha Denona. It's not like Pat McGrath. It is its own category. And I've heard people say it's kind of like Suku eyeshadows, but I haven't tried those. And because they don't really sell them in the States, I'm not, you know, I'm not going to pay international shipping because we have so many good eyeshadows here locally. All right, I'm going to go ahead. Ooh, there's like this pink sparkly one that I really want to try, but I don't know where I want to put it. Do I want to put it on my lids? So that's what it looks like on. But I kind of want to do like a... These are so soft. I can't get over it. Okay. You can't even see it. I'm really just playing right now. I have no idea what look I'm creating. These are definitely neutral tones. Okay, and so that just, if you use a brush, that just blends right away. So just so my eyes are... Okay. So if I leave it like this, it's fine. But if I take a brush, okay, no, I can see it. I'm actually going to use this color right here, and I'm gonna deepen my corner. Just to create a bit of a, because whenever you have, because I have hooded eyes, I wanna, you know, use like a little bit of a darker color right in the corner here to kind of create an illusion. Okay, so that's what it looks like so far. I'm gonna go ahead and keep playing with this eye, and then I'll finish this one off camera. So I could leave it here. It's really pretty, but I want to put something in the middle of my lid. Maybe I should go with this gold. So I'm gonna try this gold, and I'm just gonna use my finger. These are so soft. Okay. All right. Just gonna wanna blend out the edges a little bit. And then in my inner corner, I wanna use this sparkly shade right there, just to see what it does. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'll use this one because I just want to be safe. And then I'll use a little bit on my brow bone. Okay. Then I'm going to work on my bottom. So I'm going to take the shade that I started with for my lower lashes. There's not like a huge difference. So then I'm going to take the little darker shade right here. Okay, so my initial feeling about this palette is it is an amazing, let me drink a little bit of tea, my throat bleeding. Let me spill the tea. Just kidding. So the BYREDO Remembrance palette, it is a perfect palette for a makeup, no makeup kind of look. Honestly, for the most part, I feel like it's like a one and done kind of eyeshadow palette. You can take so many of these shades all over the eye. Maybe put a little glitter topper if you wanted some glitter. And throw on some mascara and eyeliner and you're done. I do not feel like these are very difficult to use. Obviously, they're super soft and super blendable and so easy to apply. That just took me like a few minutes. I'll definitely have to keep playing with this palette. I really love the quality of the eyeshadows. Just the only thing is I'm used to like how Natasha Denona or Pat McGrath, even Tom Ford, like they have like a light pop shade. And I use the gold, but I really want something more. And I kind of want to use this tone right here. So yeah, right here, this tone. And this is what it looks like on. But it has like a cool undertone. And so I don't want to use that. And this silver right here also, it's not like a gold, you know, it's again, it's a cool tone. And so part of me is kind of like, oh, I wish there was like a topper. And in the Natasha Denona Glam palette, she does have really nice toppers, right? So if I wanted to, and maybe I will, is I'm actually gonna do that. Is I'm gonna combine Natasha Denona and the BYREDO and see what it does. Because these are super like, but so definitely you can combine them, right? Natasha Denona has amazing quality eyeshadows as well. And so I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of eyeliner just in my waterline and mascara and finish my other eye. So as you can see though, if I wanted to, I can just add a little bit of a topper from Natasha Denona palette and be done. So I feel like this is a perfect palette for work, or if you're just like somebody who does not want to fuss with eyeshadows and maybe you do have mature eyes and you want your eyeshadow to look sophisticated, then I think this BYREDO Remembrance palette is amazing. But if you want to have more variety or to play with variety of looks, I don't think this palette is for you. There are definitely other palettes you can buy, but for a neutrals palette and a ton of one and done kind of shades, this is amazing. And so I would definitely recommend it for people who are looking for those things. Anyway, I'll be back on camera once I finish my eyes. See you soon. All right, so this is my finished eye makeup look. I just added waterline, eyeliner in my waterline and the MAC Extended Play Gigablack mascara. I was gonna look for it, but oh, there it is. This is my most favorite mascara. It has a really like tiny wand, but it has natural bristles. And I feel like for my eyelashes, it like picks up all the small eyelashes really well. And I've seen makeup artists use this mainly for their lower lashes, but for my type of eyelashes, and because I want them to look more natural, I prefer this all over. And I've tried other mascaras and I don't know, this is my favorite one. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my look with the Rare Beauty, and this is an Affection. This is called a tinted lip oil. So it's not like a lipstick, but last time I wore it, it's a stain. It stained my lips. And this is dark, when I bought it, because I really love plum colors, like a tinted lip oil usually is really like see-through almost, right? You can get away with the darker color. But with this one I found is it gives my lips a really beautiful look, but I have to be really careful about not over applying it. And so I'll show you really quick. And it really lasts all day. And I'm just gonna add just a few drops. And then I'm gonna use my finger to rub it in. It has a super light texture. And I think that is the mistake I made last time. Is I over-applied it. But I feel like it's one of those colors that like people notice. Whenever I wore this last time, it's like people had to stop for a second. They just like would stare and they wouldn't say anything. But I just found it interesting because I don't usually wear lipstick. I usually wear just gloss. And this is not a lipstick, right? It's a tinted lip oil. So anyway, this is what it looks like on. It's super like easy to wear. It's super light. It has a tingling effect, and that goes away after a little bit. But the color, is really nice, and it is more like a stain, and so it definitely stayed on my lips even after eating, drinking. So once it sets down, it's gonna stay there, and that's kind of what I really like about it is I don't have to reapply it, and actually on top of it I'll just use like a clear lip gloss or like a lip balm, and the color still stays put. So I really think the color Affection is really pretty, and I really like it. I just had to learn not to use too much of it. So I'm gonna finish my makeup look just by using like a Caudalie or like a MAC Fix Plus spray. I haven't decided which one I wanna do yet. And I'm gonna eat some breakfast and then head off to Costco because I never wanna go to Costco with an empty stomach. Have you ever gone to a store with an empty stomach? Everything looks good and you wanna buy so much more food. So I've learned to eat before I go. That way I am not tempted to buy things that I don't really need because I only want to buy the things I need to buy, like turkey and bread and juice, all these kinds of things, right? The kids need, the family needs, and maybe some towels, only if they're on sale. So anyhow, thank you so much for stopping by, and I am so excited about this BYREDO Remembrance palette. I just think it's going to be great as a one and done kind of eyeshadow palette. I can see that I can make a few different looks, but some colors are only going to be for winter for me because I prefer cool tones in the winter when my skin is not as tanned, and my skin is only going to get more tanned. Anyhow, now I'm just rambling, but thanks for stopping by. Please like and subscribe. Until next time, this is Sveta. Bye.